The death of the author phrase comes from a 1967 essay by Roland Barthes. It basically says that the intentions of the writer, their backstory, their life, should not be significant in interpreting a certain work of art. I'm not going to delve too deeply into the intricacies of those claims, of those ideas, because I know literary theory and post-structuralism and deconstruction, all that fun stuff can be intimidating. But essentially, although the author is the origin of the text, they remain outside of it. As Michel Foucault stated in response to that idea that the work of the writer attains the right to kill, to become the murder of the author. And I begin to wonder, outside of the sphere of literary theory and literature itself, how does that idea translate itself into the growing universe of the content creator? We've recently experienced its birth, I would say. So what would constitute their death? If we look at YouTube, we clearly see we cannot separate the creator from the content. Even the name itself, content, creator, puts the two names together, implying that they're inseparable. Plus, in every YouTube channel advice, video, or article, we're provided with two possibly conflicting ideas. One, when you start out, focus on the audience because no one cares about you. And two, be yourself because you only make it if you have the personality for it. This made me think of the quote by Flaubert. An author and his work must be like God in the universe, present everywhere and visible nowhere. I'm under the impression that it's the opposite here on YouTube, or any kind of social media where the appearance of you is inseparable from what you provide. It seems as though the content creator is visible everywhere, always branding themselves, always splattering themselves, their product, all over the work, yet not necessarily present. Because how can you be present if it's not about you? There's a slight dissonance here that doesn't seem to fit. It's as if we need to reach a certain threshold to be able to trick the system and become both the content and the creator. While until then, we must maintain a grotesque back and forth dance between the two. In the same way as the author, we started the project, yet we remain outside of it to a certain extent. We don't realize the project, we don't push it out there, we only put it out there, but then the algorithm pushes it out there, the audience does, everyone else but ourselves. Without seeing many of our frustrations and the depths of our personality, we need to earn to have a personality on social media. We start out with a persona, and we have to build it up to a full-fledged personality. In writing, it's the other way around. We seem to have a strong personality, a strong identity that we use to our writing's advantage. And if it's good enough, then it sort of disappears because it starts belonging to the audience. They interpret it as they wish. And with the content creator, we arrive at an oversaturated space, and we need to prove that we are able to keep up with it. And if we do, then we're finally able to shine as ourselves and be appreciated for it. I am aware that being a writer and being a content creator are two different things, but there are similarities between them too. It is a solitary process. It is an often strange and paranoia-inducing process, and when you put it out there into the world, you can't control how it transforms. And arguably, they can be both art too, depending on the quality and the intention of what you're doing here. The writer, though hidden, creates. The content creator, though out in the open, is created. What is the content versus creator ratio? What does the birth of the content creator signify? What would their death entail? Or does their birth inform their death? And what then? Let me know what you think of this topic in the comments, because I'm obviously only scratching the surface of the tip of the iceberg here. But if you're interested in those types of conundrums, consider subscribing to my channel. That would make the creator of it very content indeed.